It was Lipton crap, basically. Hello everyone and welcome back to Lizzie in Disneyland. Today is my Tokyo Disney trip report. I haven't done one of these before, but I've watched a couple and I think they tie in quite nicely with the vlogs, as you know what we're going to be doing and what to expect from the vlogs. So it's going to get a bit confusing with the time difference, but we set out on the Sunday from here. I woke up here at 6:30. We picked up Joe at 9 o'clock and we headed down to Heathrow Airport. If you guys know me, you know I live quite close to Birmingham Airport, but it just didn't make sense to fly from there as we would have to have a connecting flight. We got to Heathrow at 11 and we couldn't check our bags until 12:45, so we had a Caffè Nero and a bite to eat while we waited. When we dropped our bags and went through security, there was a Harry Potter shop which Joe and I explored, and we also got a few bits and pieces to eat on the plane as I don't really like plane food. Our flight was at 3:45 from Heathrow to Narita Airport, but I think it set off a little bit late, I can't remember why. It was an 11.5-hour flight. I had a chicken teriyaki which I picked at, and a full English breakfast which I didn't even attempt. As for films, I watched Toy Story, Moana, Bohemian Rhapsody and Johnny English Strikes Back, or Johnny English Strikes Again. The Johnny English film that's just been released anyway. I did try and sleep on the flight as we were essentially losing an entire night's sleep. By the time we got to Japan it would be Monday morning, whereas for us it would have been very late Sunday night, very early Sunday morning. As with the 8-hour time difference between England and Japan, it was already 11:20 I think when we landed. Security was really smooth. I just had to have my retina scanned and my fingerprints taken, and then we got our bags really easily, went to get the Wi-Fi from QL Liner, and also booked the airport limousine, which everyone else fell asleep on but me. I was trying to film some of the journey for you guys. I got to see a few of the Disney hotels. We got to our hotel, which was the Sheraton Grand Tokyo Bay, at about 2 o'clock. My parents were able to go into their room, but mine and Joe's weren't ready. But once it was at 3 o'clock, we just freshened up and then we headed to the monorail station. We got a 4-day pass, which is this one, and the first thing we did was we went to Ikebari, which was 2 monorail stops away, and we went to TGI Fridays. I found out very quickly that I don't like Japanese iced tea as it is unsweetened and doesn't have a fruit flavour like I'm used to in this country. I just saw Lipton on the menu and assumed it would be Lipton Peach, and it wasn't. It was Lipton crap, basically. We did a little bit of shopping in the Disney store and Bon Voyage, but we were all so tired because we hadn't slept very much on the plane that we just decided to head back to the hotel, and I think Joe and I fell asleep about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Naturally then I woke up at 11 o'clock at night, absolutely wide awake. I was messaging my friend Shauna, Weasley's book, on Instagram about how I couldn't sleep, but then after midnight I said, you know what, I need to be up at 6:30, I need to go to bed. And I did manage to sleep for another 5 hours, so I got about 6.5 just interrupted. So we woke up at 6:30 on the Tuesday to head to Tokyo Disneyland. I didn't mention it in my planning video, but I possibly should have. When you book the 4-day pass, you have to tell them the parks you will be in on the first and second day, so that you do both parks, and then the third and fourth day you are free to park hop, but we didn't do that. So the first day we did Disneyland, the second day we did Disney Sea, and then it said we could do both parks, but we didn't. We did Disneyland and Disney Sea again. So Disneyland and Disney Sea, the entire time we were there, was 9 AM till 10 PM operating hours. It is different over there. The shows are at 8, 8:30, and then when the park closes at 10, you are asked to leave. It's not like Paris and America where the shops are open for a certain amount of time after the fireworks. Well, it is, but the fireworks are shown before to compensate for that shopping time. Whereas in Paris, the fireworks will be as the park officially closes and then the shopping time afterwards. It's done the same, it's just that the closing times are different. So the first thing we did when we got in there was we went to eat Mickey waffles at the Great American Waffle Company. This opens at 9:30, so it's not actually open when the park opens, so it gets a bit of a queue, but we got served pretty much straight away. That was the best meal I had all week. I really struggled in Japan to find things I liked. It was raining the entire day, so we got on pretty much everything. I think the only thing we didn't do was Big Thunder Mountain, because I didn't particularly want to be on an outdoor ride in the rain. There are certain things we missed out, like Dumbo, but again that was just because of the rain. I really enjoyed Pooh's Honey Hunt and also Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek, and I think their Small World is the best Small World I've ever been on. We had dinner at the Queen of Hearts Banquet Hall, which was themed beautifully, but I wasn't a massive fan of the food. We got a nice souvenir plate, which I will show you in a haul later down the line. And we basically got everything we needed to do that day done. I did have to buy a jumper because my raincoat ended up not being that waterproof. My arms got completely soaked. So my mum bought Joe and I ponchos, and then I felt really cold with just a poncho on and no jacket. So I bought this lovely Toy Story hoodie, which you guys will see in my haul. And when I was talking to a cast member, I told her it was my first visit and she gave all of us one of these. I haven't stuck it to anything because I want to keep it as a souvenir, but what she basically had me do was write everybody's names on the back of all the stickers so that she could write it out neater, which I really loved. It was such a lovely touch. They don't do first visit buttons like this that are given for free, you have to buy the buttons. So Mum and Dad left the park earlier than Joe and I did, and we decided to do Space Mountain for the very first time. It's my first Space Mountain ever, which I really enjoyed, and we also did Star Tours, which I really enjoyed as well. I did that in Paris when I was very little and I hated it, but I really enjoyed it this time around. And it's just made me even more excited for Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. So I think me and Joe left the park at about 9:30 and we went straight to sleep because we were so tired. It was only one monorail stop from Disneyland back to the hotel, as it just goes on a loop. To get there in the morning, it was 3 stops. So Wednesday we did Disney Sea. We woke up at 7, I think, and as soon as the park opened, me and Joe walked to Mount Prometheus so that we could get fast passes for the 2 of us and Mum to go on Journey to the Centre of the Earth. She held back with Dad and they went to get us breakfast. So we got the fast passes and then we walked straight onto 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was a really good submarine ride where you're not actually underwater. We explored a little bit more of the park before we met them for breakfast, as the breakfast place had a big queue. I had a croissant and Joe had a chocolate muffin that was Mickey shaped, and then we got some more rides done. The only rides that Dad could really go on were Toy Story Mania and Aquatopia, if memory serves me rightly, but the only ride we didn't manage to do that day was Tower of Terror. So Mum and Joe said that they would get fast passes for that on our second day in the park. I got a lot of merchandise that day because the Duffy merchandise is exclusive to Tokyo Disney Sea, you can't get it anywhere else. And I think that day me and Joe left at about 8:30 because I needed to go to Expiry for something. I can't remember what it was now. It was some piece of merchandise, I just can't remember for the life of me what it was. And then again we went to sleep because this trip was really tiring. The next 2 days we could have park hopped, but of course we didn't. We did Disneyland and Disney Sea again, just getting the rides in that we hadn't already. I did Big Thunder Mountain for the very first time in any Disney park on the Thursday, and I should probably say after the first day of rain we had no rain for the rest of our trip. And I say this because Joe started to get heat stroke, I think it was on the Disneyland day, and we were all really worried about him. I remember I came out of a shop and he was taking some tablets next to my dad and he just looked like he could faint. So we made sure we got him a load of sugary snacks, some drinks, just to keep his energy levels up. It was really sad leaving Disneyland because I had a very strong feeling, and I was right, that we wouldn't park hop on the last day. We would stay in DisneySea all day. So it was really emotional leaving. I feel like I didn't take as many pictures as I could have because I just focused on getting vlog footage and experiencing it. But I had an amazing time and I would definitely go back if I could. Our DisneySea strategy for Friday was different. We didn't need to see Fantasmic because we'd seen it on our first day, so we did shopping mainly of the evening. But on the morning, my mum and dad went to get breakfast. Joe and I walked on Journey to the Centre of the Earth and then headed to Tower of Terror to get fast passes for him and my mum. We noticed when we were getting there that there was a really massive queue, and it actually turned out to be for Toy Story Mania. Within about 20 minutes of the park opening, the ride time was 120 minutes, which was insane. And it explains why a lot of the rides are a walk-on at that time of morning, because everyone is at Toy Story Mania. Again, DisneySea was relaxed like Disneyland was because we had managed to do everything we wanted to do on the first day of each park. So the second day was just redoing things we loved and merchandise shopping and stuff like that. And again, I got really upset when we had to leave, but we did stay till about 10:15 that time. The Saturday we just had a shopping day. We went to Expiry, we ate in TGI's again, we did the pool in our hotel and also the arcade, and then we had the terrible task of packing. On Sunday we had to get the 7:30 airport limousine to the airport. As we were flying at 12:30, I think, we found a Pokemon store in the airport which I got some merchandise from, and we also found some Pockies and some Kit Kats which we ate on the plane, and I honestly wish we'd bought more back since they didn't even last the plane journey. The plane journey home, I had a chicken curry that I didn't eat and some pasta that I actually did eat, so I was quite shocked by that. And I watched Mary Queen of Scots and then Boss Baby as well, which I enjoyed. Overall, it was an incredible trip and I really wish we could go back. I feel like we didn't have enough time there, but you are only allowed to buy a 4-day pass to the parks. It's not like America where you can get a 14-day ticket in Walt Disney World and I think a 5-day in California. 4 is the most you can get. We were very lucky that the park was so quiet that we got to do everything we wanted to do. We came away with no regrets and it was just an incredible, incredible trip. I didn't really watch any parades as they're not really something I enjoy that much, and I didn't want to spend my trip mainly sat on the floor waiting hours for something when I could be experiencing the park the way I enjoy, such as doing rides. Some of my favourite rides were Monsters Inc., Pooh's Honey Hunt and It's a Small World at Disneyland, and Journey to the Centre of the Earth, Aquatopia and the Indiana Jones ride at DisneySea. I really hope you guys will subscribe so that you can watch my Tokyo Disney vlogs and my hauls as well, and just stay tuned for everything else I post about. I love showing you my plushes, my hauls from each month, and just generally Disney things I enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoy my vlogs which will be starting next week. Thank you, bye!